another What Everybody Wednesday and another episode of the What Everybody podcast. Johnny here in the 533rd person coming in from Sweden while Ryan Harris is in Pittsburgh. Today we're going to chat about a few things, one of those being the Warner Drive show coming up on October 14th. You will get all of the details when we talk about it on the show, along with other nonsense that makes no sense to anybody else but us. So I want you to enjoy the show. Have a hot dog, some popcorn, and a cup of coffee, and that's what we're going to do. So with no further ado, Ryan and Johnny. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the What Everybody podcast.
Still over there trolling around, are you? Tough guy.
Still over here in the European side of the world. Scandinavia. I'm in Sweden. I think the last time we talked, I was in France.
Yeah. Not to cut you off on your interesting world travels, but man, I got a pet peeve. I bought this shirt from H&M for like $5, and I got my money's worth, dude. It's like,
you think so? But the one sleeve looks a little bit like disheveled.
It's like I keep rolling it up because they don't like, they're not right.
I've gotten a couple of white shirts from, I don't know if you've noticed, but my look in the Mercury Riot is like black jeans and a white t-shirt. That's just like what I wear all the time.
I haven't noticed. The last picture I saw, you were drumming in a blue shirt, so I think you're full of shit.
That's true. I actually did wear a blue shirt a bunch on this tour. I cut the sleeves off, and it was really cool because I like show my side of my body.
Now, okay, that's gross. Now, did you wear it a bunch, as you say, you wore it a bunch on this tour because you liked the shirt or because you were too lazy to do laundry?
I like the shirt. Okay. I wore it 3 times.
Okay.
First time was clean. The second time was clean. The third time was not. It was just dried from hanging in the RV the whole time.
Yeah, so the second time it was very much not clean.
No, the second time was. Third time wasn't.
The first time you wore it, did you sweat in it?
Yeah, and then I washed it.
Oh, I thought you meant
it was the third time.
In a row. Okay, yeah.
Third
all right,
time
that's fine.
that I wore it.
That's fine.
I wore it the second time, and the second time I got all wet again, of course, and I tend to pour water on my head too because like it gets really hot and I don't know how to catch air, and when I pour water on my head, it cools me down, which helps me breathe, which is odd.
I don't know how to do things like control my breathing.
I don't know, man. Have you ever huffed and puffed on stage? Hey, Mimi, you want to come up? Come on.
I sure have, Johnny. I sure have. I've blood, sweat, and teared on stage. Sounds so retarded. Sounds so dumb.
Blood, sweat, and teared. That's kind of crazy. I did this whole tour sober, dude.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah, it was neat.
Probably played better. Did you play better?
Definitely. Well, I play good drunk though. I'm a good drunk player.
Are you, or do you think you are? I'm not. No,
I am. You know, the only times that I wasn't, if I was to be honest, was we would do the Perks gigs, and we would get to the third set.
Oh, and, you would fall asleep.
Dude, I would be holding on with dear life. This is Mimi.
Hi, Mimi.
This is Martin's dog.
Hi, Mimi.
Mimi's
dog's like so confused.
This dog's great.
Dude, put me down.
I didn't see that dog for 3 years. The second I got here, it rolled on its back.
Recognized you?
Oh, yeah. I wake up every morning to that dog's bad breath. It's amazing.
Does it do that to everybody or just you?
Just me.
Okay, cool. You're special.
Yeah. Well, it's because I made a connection with this dog. Me and dogs were like this. Me and animals. I think I'm on their wavelength.
I call bullshit.
No,
cat guy. You're a cat person.
I am a cat person. But animals love me. Like, look at what's going on over here. I mean, you can't see it, but this dog's just loving on me.
All right.
Know?
All right.
I had a pet peeve I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay, go for it.
But I forget.
This podcast, we should change the name of it just to like Jonny and Ryan's pet peeves. Jonny and Ryan bitching
I
again.
Love to bitch. We call it the bitch.
Especially on Wednesdays. Bitchfest.
Wednesdays?
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Bitchfest Wednesday. I like that. I like that. Whiplash. Dude, speaking of whiplash, my fucking camera just took a whiplash. Let me tell you something. I fucked myself up. I fucked myself up so bad, dude, and I couldn't stop doing it. So this must have happened like the second.
I couldn't stop it.
No, dude, like I just get into it.
I kept punching myself in the dick and I couldn't stop.
Oh, I headbang. Right?
Yeah.
And there's just one part in the song we have called Sweet Melody. And it's right before the second verse. We go to the fucking crash cymbal. And
sounds like a headbanging type of song?
Well, but the problem is I ain't going forward with my headbang. I go left to right.
Yeah.
And I felt it go. And then for the next 3 weeks, I've just been like in terrible pain. It's starting to subside actually the last day or two because I took
Do you ever
a
go
massage
right with your
gun to
head?
my neck.
Do you ever go right with your head while the stick's going left and you crack yourself in the dome?
No, but I have clocked myself. We've talked about this. I've hit myself in the nose so many times. I almost did it like 5 times on this tour.
That's gotta hurt.
It does not tickle.
Because I mean,
I'll tell you that.
did you ever hit a table or something like punch it, but not like intentionally, like you just move your hand or something like that, and it just something's in the way, and like you hit it way harder than you ever would if you were just like.
You know what the worst is?
Punching a table is a dumb example, but like if you were swinging a drumstick and you're playing like with how you would normally be playing.
So before I go on stage, I fucking swing my arms out to get the blood flowing in my arms. Yeah. And like sometimes I'll do it in a small confined space because it's like the dressing room or whatever, and there's people there.
Yeah.
I've clocked myself right before going on stage, like smacked my hand into a wall or something gets in the way. It's fucking brutal, man. But I'll tell you, I guess this is what it's really like to have whiplash. I've never had whiplash before, I don't think. I've given myself what we call a bangover, which is when, you get your neck hurts from headbanging. That's a bangover.
A bangover?
And a bangover. And I get them every day, every gig.
In all of my life, I never heard bangover. It's a pretty good word.
I just learned this, actually. I just learned it
really?
From Felipe recently. Yeah, the bangover. I get it every show, but this was different, dude. Like I have like a fucking knot, a rope knot that goes all the way down my neck. It's been pretty brutal. I tried using it.
Like you can feel like a.
Oh, I can feel the muscle. Yeah. And then it goes like right under my skull. It goes right under my skull. So I had a massage gun here at Martin's house. So I was massaging my neck and I tried to massage my skull. Let me demonstrate, man. I can show you what it does.
Oh, it shakes your head.
And then my fucking skull is shaking and my teeth are rattling.
Those massage guns are awesome, though. I have one.
They are pretty awesome. It's better when somebody else can fucking use it for you, though. Because when you're doing it to yourself, it's really just not as fun. But I'm coming home soon. I'm coming home on Wednesday. It's time to get back. But I come right back here to Europe on like October 31st. So I'm only home for.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm home for like 5 weeks, and then I got to head back over here.
This podcast is gonna go straight to shit.
No, the good thing is this next one is only 2 weeks. Yeah, we're coming over for a festival and a bunch of shows in England.
If you're listening and you're wondering why we've skipped a week here and there, is because scheduling's tough.
Jerk off,
No, I'm not blaming you because I've been kind of in the same boat. But like life is tough, So hopefully you'll bear with us and we'll get back on a schedule.
Well, let me rephrase something though. I got to make a point here. You say life is tough.
Yeah.
As tough as it is, hey Mimi. As tough as it is,
sympathy. We
have a great life. You know what I mean? Like, so it's tough.
Great lives come at a cost.
It's stressful.
You
know what I mean? Like, when you get home and there's that adjustment. Well, you never get post-tour depression. So,
I'm
you're
actually
the
kind of happy.
wrong guy. I don't know how, but whatever. Because I guess you're cooler than the rest of us. It's a stupid statement. Obviously. I mean, when you wear white shirts like that from H&M, how can you go wrong?
How could you not be cool when you're paying $5 for an H&M?
Dude, they're amazing.
T-shirt.
Target has them too.
Target has better T-shirts than H&M.
I've gotten a few white T-shirts for $5 at Target. Anyway, I've hit the post-tour depression while sitting here, which kind of sucks.
Still, post-tour depression whilst still on tour.
Well, tours ended. Like I haven't had a gig since Saturday. So
you know what you are, man. You know what you are, and I'm turning into it because I hang out with you a lot. Well, I'll talk to you a lot or whatever. Like,
what's that?
You create these problems for yourself. You make them up. Like post-tour depression, blah, this, and I notice myself doing the same thing. It's like,
what do you mean I'm making it up though? You're the only dude I know that goes on tour that doesn't get depressed when he comes home and it stops.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to project because I've been doing that to myself lately.
I get post-tour depression every time. It doesn't matter that I'm going out again in 5 weeks. I mean, it's a benefit. I get to go home and see my girlfriend, so that's a benefit.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure she misses
and
you.
I get to see my cats. I look forward to seeing them. And it's kind of crazy to think that I've been gone for I guess on Mondays, 5 weeks since I left. So I can't believe it's been gone.
The one cat's going to be like, oh, buddy, good to see you. And the other cat's going to be like, hey, bitch, go get me some of those chicken livers Or what do you give him?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Duck.
Freeze dried duck. I just want to say that I'm channeling. Okay, here my fall from grace. A couple of tours ago, before the pandemic, everyone used to be like, "Dude, you look a lot like Robert Plant." Right? Cool. That's rad.
Which
fucking thing, right?
I agree.
Right. This is even better though. Ever since then, I started touring since the pandemic. All of a sudden, I'm a Tommy Aldridge.
Which I also agree.
Right. And right now I'm channeling my inner Tommy Aldridge.
And the only reason it bums you out is because Robert Plant's a better looking dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Way better.
Okay.
I mean, it's still better than when I used to get when I was 23. People used to be like, "You look like Howard Stern." I'm like, "Go fuck yourself." You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got a cool whatever, dude. People are trolls. When people tell me I look like somebody, it's just like, yeah, you're on the list.
Felipe shamed me for telling people they look like other people. Like I saw this dude, we played in Blackpool, and I met this guy who looked a mix with it was Glenn Hughes meets something.
You can't
real
do that.
random.
You can't do that.
Well, I know, but the dude loved it. The dude loved it. The dude, I was just like, what was the other guy? He looked like Glenn Hughes meets
Bugs Bunny.
So no, it was, but he totally looked like what I was describing. But Felipe's like, dude, you can't do that. So then after he said that, I found myself catching myself and never realized how often I tell people they look like other people.
Like yeah.
Yes.
Hey, buddy, back to your post-tour depression. I could offer some solace. We got a show in like 2 weeks. No, in a month. Sorry.
Oh, fucking A. We do. Did you notice I shaved, by the way? You notice I'm fucking clean shaved?
I didn't notice only because that Zoom camera looks really shitty. Mm-hmm. It's just not a good picture.
No.
So, anyway, thanks for shaving, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, we're doing a show. Let's talk about our show. Let's start to what's your prep going to be for getting ready for our show? Because we haven't played these songs in a long time.
First, my prep's going to be to go back and relearn them all. It's amazing. I remember the last time we haven't done a show since 2019.
It's been a minute.
We were supposed to. This show is a rescheduled show from June 2020.
Yeah.
I would suggest if anybody wanted to come to that show, it's going to sell out. Ticket sales have been really great from the gate, so you might want to get some tickets soon. The Mercury Riots are also going to be playing, which is also cool.
Can you talk about tickets, or is that something that they don't want you to talk about?
I would love to talk about tickets. Yeah. What do you mean? Who wouldn't want us to talk about the tickets?
How they're selling?
They're selling great though. I want people to get their tickets before it's too fucking late. That's why we're talking about it. Get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
My prep is going to. It's going to be an interesting prep for this show. You got I'm on the road, Sonny's on the road. You're in Pittsburgh at the moment. Don't get back to LA until like the 5th of October. Yeah. Sonny doesn't fly into LA until 5 days before the show.
Yeah.
And Johnny's schedule's crazy. Candace lives on the other side of town. So, I mean, it's going to be an interesting, challenging rehearsal schedule. But I think we'll be just fine because we're all musically capable.
Prepare yourself.
The last time we played,
it's good.
I remember I came to the first rehearsal.
You don't listen to me, do you?
No, I did. You say get prepared, but every time you say that, all you're doing is stressing me out, so I'm not listening to you.
Why does that stress you out?
Because I got to fucking learn the songs again. I haven't played them in 3 years. The stuff I play now, see, here's the thing. This is the part that scares me the most. Well, when Warner Drive played last time, I was still in Bullets and Octane, and Bullets and Octane played, that fast, up-paced music, very much like Warner Drive. The Mercury Riots are more like AC/DC. Like, we're like not playing nearly as fast as that shit. Like, the fastest song we have is like 135 beats per minute. Yeah. Right off the top of my head, I think the song Viper Room is at 168 beats a minute. Like right off the top of my head, or Rising from the Fallings at 180, so I'm a little nervous about that, but I think once I sit down at my drum kit and just go through the songs, I'll be fine. I'm going to study on my 10-hour flight home. I'll just listen the whole time.
That's sleep. Good use of the time.
Yeah, I'll sleep probably as well. And but I remember the last time. Yeah.
Sorry if I cut you off. I want to hear what you're about to say, but
I was going to say that the last time we played, and we came in for rehearsal, I hadn't prepared myself before I came in, thinking that it was going to just be like, oh yeah, it's Wanna Drive songs, it'll be easy.
But yeah, that's
and
dumb.
Dude, it was the worst. I was like, oh my God, I don't remember Price Check. This is crazy.
So
149.
I remember the beats per minute.
I got to remember this shit. I've been thinking about that. Like, how am I going to remember all this?
You give me shit all the time for being a guitar player, and the difference between a guitar player and a drummer, and that's another thing that you make up. But anyways, I'm going to do that again.
Yeah, I make up. All right, go back and watch episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Go back and watch episodes 1 through 63 if you don't know what we're talking about.
That's right. And if you haven't watched them, you should go back and check them out because they're awesome. Anyways.
Listening to a song doesn't help me learn the song. Listening to it doesn't help me figure it out or remember it on a guitar. Does it? Can you do that on drums?
What I do with the drums.
And I'm being serious. I'm not.
I'm being serious to answer that. The process I take is I listen a whole bunch before I sit down behind the drum kit because I want to learn arrangements. It's different for me than it is for you. You got to learn keys and chords and shit.
Right.
I just need to know arrangements and beats. Luckily for me, I can listen to the record and be like, I can't really play that bass drum pattern anymore. I'll just simplify it. I can do shit like that where you can't really do that on the guitar because then you'll be missing parts.
So you're saying my job's harder?
I would say in the relearning process, probably. I just got to listen to this stuff. I am in drumming shape. I just finished a tour, so I'm not worried about my capabilities of playing. But I do worry. Yeah, I do worry about stamina playing this stuff.
Yeah.
Because this is a lot faster shit, you know. And we used to fucking fly. Wanna Drive used to be like stamina? 1, 2, 3, 4, take a break. 1, 2, 3, take a break. 1, 2, 3, 4, take a break. Yeah. I also looked at the set list you sent me, and it only has 13 songs on it, and it kind of blows me away that we're only going to play 13 songs.
It's not it was just a set list that I found in my guitar case when I opened it up to practice. So
I mean, it's a good place to start. I'd imagine if I was to be a smart man here.
If I was a betting man.
If I was a betting man, I would imagine that we would probably... The fucking fly's back. These guys have been hanging out with me for days now.
Focus.
I would imagine that we'll play a couple of songs from each record. I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But the question
I would imagine... You know what? I would imagine we're gonna play some songs.
You know what song I want to play that we haven't played in years?
What's that? Let me guess.
Do you want me to tell the album first?
Yes. Anyone listening that doesn't know, we have four albums. Yeah, 4 albums.
Fully Loaded, OKKGO,
City of Angels,
and
Till the Wheels
Fall Off.
iTunes Music, Spotify.
Which I think Till the Wheels Fall Off was our best album, and unfortunately we never toured it.
Yeah. Anywho, back to your point of what song
it's off of KGO.
And you want to play that we don't normally play?
We've played it before. We just haven't played it a lot.
Hey, mister.
Boom. Exactly.
Yeah, I like that song.
Always been one of my favorite songs. I remember when I first joined Wanna Drive.
We used to play that quite often. And it just kind of fell by the wayside.
Johnny Law used to... When I first joined Wanna Drive, he would play me songs that were going to be on the next album because I joined and he already had some songs written. That was always one of my favorites. Always one of my favorites.
Shout out, Hey Mister.
It's a great song. And then I'll tell you, You Make Me Smile is another one that off of Till the Wheels Fall Off, but I'd like to play. But we've never been able to play that song good. We've played it live a few times, and it just doesn't sound good.
I disagree. I think we played it quite well. I thought it sounded good.
I felt like it never quite...
Humble, yet accurate opinion.
I think I'd like to go back and do it again and rework some of the drum parts. I think that the parts on the record need to be different live. Yeah. Shall I say?
In your professional opinion? I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. I'm really excited too. I think...
I hope everyone just takes it as a fun thing to like... Who cares if we're not going to rehearse for a... I'm not saying don't take it seriously. I'm saying...
Whoa. I don't think being laid back is not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
I think that you could stress out over a gig, but it's not going to change how the gig's outcome is going to be. And as a matter of fact, the more you stress about it, more likely it isn't going to be as good as if you just went into it having a good time.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So you telling that to me?
No.
You telling that to yourself?
Not at all. No.
You telling that to anybody that hasn't bought their ticket yet? Because
yes,
I'd be stressed if I wasn't. They're going to let me in, even if it sells out.
They might not let me in, even though I'm playing with 2 bands that night.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never done that. That's going to be interesting.
Well, given the fact that you just said that you hope you can keep up, I would say, hope you're in shape.
All right, I'm going to go and get off this podcast now and go run a couple of miles.
I'm stressing you out. I could tell that was a stress response right there. Okay, we could talk about something different, dude. That's all good.
No, I'm not stressed. The only thing that I'm stressed about is that I haven't started listening to the songs yet, and I just got to start doing that.
If you're stressed on the day of the show, what could I do to relieve you of that stress? Like,
well,
grab a titty.
Yeah, I tend to be stressed about shit all the time. I don't know. I've learned apparently that I'm a Primadonna at sound checks. I've learned on this tour.
Who told you that? Who told you that? Because that's coming from.
Well, it's coming from the 2 other guys in my band. They say it's always like that. I just don't get it.
Okay, so I see where they're coming from. They're calling you a prima donna. What you are is, how do I say this nicely? Because I don't want to shit talk you. But
you can shit talk me. I'm on the phone, so you're not really shit talking me.
You're difficult. There's always a problem with your setup. There's always I need Martin this or that. There's always something that is like, why is this not going here?
Dude, if only I had the job of plugging in a board to an amp. How easy would that be?
I'm going to patiently wait to retort. And you could tell me why you're a prima donna.
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm a prima donna. I think that they're just referring to the fact that, like, if like my in-ear monitor mix isn't good, I say something. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. Like, the thing about you're saying about like on stage, it's funny you should mention that because I was watching a video the other day from Malmo Festival, and I saw myself like, Martin, you know, doing the whole. Yeah. It's like every show. Did you ever see
I've known you for 10 years, and I can count on one hand the number of times that you played a show, and there wasn't some kind of like, oh, my cymbal fell on the ground. Oh, my shit broke.
Well, dude, like, you don't hit shit when you play, bro. Like, when you hit shit breaks.
Yeah. Right. Well,
I had that problem a lot on this tour. I had a faulty cymbal stand, and the cymbal kept turning. What?
Back to your comment about, oh, if only I could put something on the floor and plug it in. Well, you step on that stuff. So when you step on that stuff, all the connections, all the little connector wires, all the power adapters, all the inputs and the things that you plug in that get loose because you're stepping on it, puts me in the same boat. Be prepared. That's what I'm saying. Man, I'm angry today.
Here's the thing. The things that happen to me are not things you can really prepare for. You don't know which cymbal's going to fucking fall over. You don't know
if a chord's going to die.
Yeah, well, you're right. You're right.
You don't know if you plug it into the wall and shit's going to catch on fire like it did to me that one day.
You know that if you just check your cables before you go, you're good.
Do you realize how long that would take to do before every show? Do you realize if you
plug it in, and if it doesn't work, that means the cable's broken?
Do you realize if you check every one of your lugs, are they called lugs, the things that you tighten on cymbals and drums?
They are called lugs.
Do you check every one? Do you check every one of them?
Not
do you check every one?
I do make sure my snare drum is nice and tight so I can piss everybody off. Do you ever notice people just complain about my snare drum on a regular basis?
Snare drums in general. They sound like gunshots.
Well, you know what? Good.
And
I mean, when it comes down to it, the drums are the most important thing. You see anybody tapping along, they're not tapping along because of the guitar part, bro. You know what I mean?
It depends on what you're listening to.
All right, give me an example where you're not tapping along to the beat.
Have you never tapped along to Eddie Van Halen?
I've never tapped along to Eruption, no.
You're okay, now you're just nitpicking.
Well, no, I picked a song that has no drums on it. When you're tapping along to Van Halen, is there drums?
Sure, dude. Sure, dude. Sure. What's that from?
Spaceballs.
All right. Oh, yeah. Did you see Ozzy playing at the halftime of the opening game at SoFi? Rams and Bengals?
I haven't. And then on top of that, I just got to say there's something so un-Aussie about him playing some kind of fucking NFL fucking event.
Here's the thing. This is why I bring it up, because it was weird, because I watched it. First of all, the network aired not a lot of it. They played 2 songs, and the network aired like a couple seconds of one song, and then just like cut. It's like, well, why'd you have Ozzy, a living legend, playing halftime if you're not going to show it? You know, didn't make sense. Right? And what they did show, so to no fault of his, this was just my observation. They had like a wide camera angle on a stage, not a big stage, in the middle of a football field, and there was no one on the field. So the people stayed in the stands, but no one was on the field. So it was just, that's a tough way to like look impressive or look like Ozzy, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, and it didn't sound very, very good because it's just like camera audio. Well, Ozzy's people must have put together their own video of it, because on YouTube a couple days ago, I saw this new mix of it, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah? Now,
yeah.
I saw
Power
like
of editing, my man.
The smallest clip ever.
Yeah.
That's how I knew he did it. And literally like 30 seconds, I turned it right off. But there was another guitar player besides Zakk Wylde. What was that about?
Yeah, I'll pull it up, because all the shit that I'm talking, I should pull it up and show what I'm talking about.
Look how frizzy my hair is, brah.
Cool story.
Shampoo, condition, and brushing will fuck you up.
So this is the first one, just like the network camera.
Who's playing in his band at this point? Because that's not Blasco on bass.
Yeah, no, so they got Tommy Clufetos on drums, Chris Chaney from Jane's Addiction's playing bass.
Interesting.
And then I didn't recognize the guy wearing the pajamas and the sunglasses. Also, dude, don't wear sunglasses. Don't wear sunglasses.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Produced, yeah, I know. The guy that produced produced this song, this Patient Number 9, and I think he produced the album that was on, but I know he produced Patient Number 9. And then there's Ozzy coming through the stage, which is pretty cool. But
he's Zakk coming. Wylde, where is he? Was he sitting down?
No, he's rising from underneath the stage. All right.
Do the people even know who it is? Because there's no cheering.
It's just, you can see how it's like, it's pretty lame. And I'm not calling the song or anything lame. I'm calling the setup lame. It's like it's hard to look.
Well, before you hit play,
Ozzy's a legend, dude. He's like.
Before you hit play, let's look what's going on in the background. You got guys pushing around shit. You got a bunch of Gatorade shit. You got a bunch of people in the background who are not even paying attention. You got a guitar player who's looking at Ozzy for his approval.
He's wearing pajamas, bro. Why is he wearing pajamas?
And sunglasses, but we'll get the sunglasses in a minute because I'm really curious to talk about that. The only thing going on here that's cool is Clufetos.
We're shit talking Ozzy. I can't believe it.
We're not shit talking Ozzy. We're shit talking his band.
Yeah. Well, I'm not shit talking his band either. I mean, the guy's really good at the guitar, so it's just why are you wearing sunglasses, man? Why are you wearing sunglasses? I hate that.
It just looks weird with all the Gatorade things in the background.
Looks like Nickelback.
Well, Nickelback even has long hair, I think, don't they? Or are we looking at Creed?
Anyway, you know what I'm going to do now?
What's that?
I'm going to take the opportunity to get to my point and show the other edit that shows that it was musically.
Can you show me a little bit of that so
badass.
I can see a little?
Show you a little bit of the bad one?
No, the good one.
Yeah,
because we only saw a second of the bad one.
Do you want to watch more of the bad one?
Well, some more of the bad one so I get a better explanation of what's happening here.
We're super organized. Yeah, I got you. See, because like the audio's not really clear.
Is it live or are they lip syncing?
I would guess it's live music with recorded vocals. That would just be my guess because that's what they did for the games thing a couple weeks back in England.
The what thing?
When he played those English games. So then this other angle that was edited by, I'm assuming, Ozzy's people, it looks pretty badass.
What's different about it? Oh, wow. Yeah, all of a sudden you can actually see him.
Well, I mean, yeah, watch the edit.
Oh, so much cooler.
They took the Gatorade guys out of the
They
background.
got it all out, yeah. You can actually hear it.
That looks badass, yeah.
And now you can hear it. They overdubbed the music.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
looks killer.
the guy's still wearing pajamas, but I don't know how much of this we're like probably allowed to show. I don't know if it gets yanked, sorry, but then they did Crazy Train second and Zakk Wylde came out.
I wonder why Zakk Wylde didn't play the first song.
Yeah, I don't know.
You think we can find that online?
He's just Zakk Wylde being Zakk Wylde. It's badass.
That is killer. Can we look up why? I'll look it up.
Yeah. Why Zakk Wylde didn't play on the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask him next time I see him. He's also in Pantera now.
What do you mean he's in Pantera?
Pantera's doing shows like in December.
Pantera's really?
Yeah, it's Rex and the singer Phil and Zakk Wylde's playing guitar. And I know you're gonna ask me who's drumming. I don't remember.
Well, we're gonna find that out right now.
I know that I recognize who the guy was. I just can't remember who it was.
It is Charlie Benenate. Wow.
Yeah. Right.
That's a good
Correct.
band.
Correct.
But I mean, it's not really.
Band.
I guess they'll play Pantera songs, but I mean, it's like it's a fucking new band. It's Zakk Wylde, Charlie Benenate.
Well, they were like
Pantera.
best friends, dude. Zakk Wylde and Dimebag.
Were they really?
And
I didn't know that.
They were like because of the Ozzfest years and everything. Like those two, like Ozzy and then Pantera and then like Black Label Society and like I think Zakk Wylde's one of the guys that he's played the most Ozzfest shows. I mean they've talked about it for tell the dog to shut up.
Yeah, me.
Can it?
Can
This is not. It's not like this is out of the blue. They've talked about this for years. Having Zakk Wylde, play in Pantera, and also in like a sign of respect to his friend type of way. Not a I'm the guy in Pantera now. It's like maybe.
Just can't hear you, but that's pretty awesome.
Anyway, why do why does I'm gonna squash the topic because I just want to move on. But why does sunglasses bother me so bad?
Well, I was going to ask you. That was my next question to
Yeah.
you. What bothers me about seeing that guy wear sunglasses?
Yeah,
That guy's a very established. We went through it. This guy's done a lot of stuff. He's real young and he's worked with everybody. Elton
he's
John.
a young guy who's produced everybody, and and watch that video. He's a killer guitar player, but.
My guess for him to wearing the sunglasses, and this is what I don't
Yeah.
like about it, is that he's trying to fit in, right?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't fit in. I don't
I'm
care
being
how
it.
good of a guitar player he is. It's like we're used to seeing Randy Rhoads, Jakey Lee, Zakk Wylde, and then that clown. Like seriously, he doesn't even have long hair. It just doesn't fit the part. You know what I mean?
It's an odd look, yeah. It's just like you're used to seeing Ozzy's band look a certain way. Whenever it doesn't, it's like, well,
Right. And if you're wearing sunglasses in SoFi Stadium when the lights are on,
yeah,
I've been to SoFi Stadium during a football game. You don't need fucking sunglasses in there.
yeah. I wore
Ozzy
sunglasses.
isn't wearing sunglasses, nor is any other guy in that fucking band. And then Zakk Wylde gets up there. He doesn't have to look at Ozzy the whole time for approval. Gets up there and just fucking rocks out. So pussy with the sunglasses. Let me just call it out. I see it. What a
Shots
fucking
fired.
pussy.
Shots
You're going
fired.
to get on that stage and fucking play with Ozzy Osbourne and then act like you're supposed to be on that fucking stage and stop looking at the guy for his approval. You
Dude,
pussy.
why do you swear so much when you're trying to make a point?
Because it gets the point across.
Hey, I wore sunglasses one time.
Me.
I wore sunglasses one time, and we ended up. This is what. Here's to answer my own question. We recorded this show, and I rewatched it, and I had douche chills the entire time watching. Like, why do I have sunglasses on? I'm inside.
It was so funny though. I just went back and watched that. That was pretty funny.
Wait, you watched
when
what?
You were wearing them on the last episode or 2 episodes ago or whatever it was?
Oh, no, that was funny. I'm talking about musically. It was years ago in not the last episode. I'm talking about I wore sunglasses at a show like years back, early in my days, and we recorded that show.
Was it a Warner Drive show?
No, it was before Warner Drive. It was a Cherry Monroe show, and we recorded it, and I watched it back, and I said to myself, I will never do that again.
Now, is there ever
Mimi
a time...
is barking in the background because she agrees with me.
You got to shut up, Mimi. Is there ever a time where sunglasses on stage are okay?
Yeah, if you're outside and it's like sunny or at a festival or something, that's fine.
Yeah. And hey, here's the good news for everybody. Everybody
comment below and see 2 things. 1, when is it appropriate to wear sunglasses on stage? And 2, who can pull it off? Because there are people who could pull it off. Like,
I can't even pull off regular glasses on stage. No. I can't see shit on stage.
I can tell every time you go on your computer because your glasses,
I get on stage,
your glasses light up.
I see nothing. Well, here's some good news for everybody. Starting in the beginning of October, Mr. Harris over here is moving back to California. So starting in the beginning of October, Mr. Harris over here is moving back to LA for at least the next year. And it's going to be very weird for him to leave after a year, after we do the podcast in person for a whole entire year.
Why are you trying to plan my life for me, Johnny? Why are you trying to plan my life?
I'm not trying to plan your life. I just hope to God you don't leave after we go to... We're going to have to go back to this shit after we fucking do it for a year in person. Like, we just did it a couple of times in person a month ago, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. What's your point?
My point is...
I
don't know what my point is. The point is, we're going to have the same setup every week, and it's going to be awesome. Our guests are still going to be on Zoom, but that's fine.
Anyway... You know what? Whatever. With the sunglasses and all the who's and what's.
Thank you for joining us today on another episode of the Whatever Buddy podcast. We are stoked to be here from Sweden and Pittsburgh. None of our normal places. I guess
changing it up every week. It's all good.
Changing it up. I hope you enjoyed me playing with my hair all day. I'm having a bad hair day. But hey, listen, make sure you go like, subscribe, and report because we like when you report us. Make sure you come back and visit us again next week here on the Whatever Buddy podcast. Thanks for joining us. Ryan Harris, you have any last words?
Where are you going to be home next week?
I'll be home next week.
All right.
I'll be home.
All right. Well, then.
So our next episode, we're golden.
Yeah.
Actually, the next episode will be back to old school.
Planning,
I'll be back in the rehearsal room and you'll be back in Pittsburgh.
Ricky, old school for a little bit. And then the next week after, it's just, you know what? Bear with us. We're doing our best. See you next time.
Or you can pig with us. Oh, but that's bad joke. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much. We will see you next week on the Whatever Buddy podcast.
Later.